What happens when a veteran columnist gets hired by The Atlantic? Well, if they're conservative, this. Kevin Williamson is that conservative, and this week he's been the victim of a concerted liberal effort to pressure The Atlantic to fire him before he's even started the job. The Atlantic is a respected and storied magazine looking to open an ideas section where writers discuss the political philosophies of the day. Williamson and 3 others got tapped to contribute. Let's look at the roster. Annie Lowrey, a liberal who used to work for Slate and advocates for a universal basic income. Alex Wagner, a liberal who used to work for the Huffington Post. Ibram Kendi, a liberal professor who's made a career out of talking about American racism. And then there's Kevin Williamson, the lone conservative. But apparently even one is too many, according to Slate and the aging magazine The New Republic. They call Williamson a radical because in 2014, he used racially charged language to describe an Illinois ghetto, and because he tweeted that women who get abortions should be eligible for the death penalty. So in all his years of writing, all they can come up with is a single tweet and a paragraph from one of his pieces. Sarah Jones, the author of the New Republic piece, says his work crosses from provocation into, quote, genuine extremism. The problem is, she's moving her goalpost for genuine extremism. She claims that the world-class writers at The Atlantic shouldn't be tainted by Williamson's presence. But who does she offer up as one of these world-class writers? Ta-Nehisi Coates, the same guy who justified violent riots in Baltimore and claims President Donald Trump is a product of dangerous whiteness. Is that not genuine extremism? Or is it just the sort of genuine extremism that Miss Jones happens to like? This is representative of the mainstream media as a whole. We've seen it time and time again that liberals slide further left while moderate conservatives are being called more and more radical. The same thing happened when the New York Times hired conservative Bret Stephens as an opinion columnist. The internet exploded with calls for his firing because he was too radical. Well, what has this radical conservative said since joining the Times? He's called for repealing the Second Amendment, twice. If that's now called genuine conservative extremism, then it's no wonder why conservatives are feeling less and less welcome in public discourse on the internet, on our campuses, and on our TVs.